kids going?
Okay, well, my name is Paula Mandeville from the Advising Center, and I've talked to many of you. I've been in 2201, but Michael and Clark asked me to come today and talk a little bit about the video. First of all, I want to remind you that the application deadline is October 1st, because that's a Saturday. You have a couple more days. You have until Monday, October 3rd this semester. So if you're not ready to apply this semester, if you don't have all of the requirements, the next application deadline would be March 1st. And then after that, June 1st. So if you have any questions about whether or not you're ready to apply, just come and see us in the Advising Center. And they asked me to specifically talk about the video. The video needs to be 3 to 5 minutes. You'll bring your video to the actual interview. So you don't need it by the application deadline, you need it by the interview. Interviews this semester will be conducted November 1st and 2nd. That's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. They're going to be between 4 and 6 p.m. They're 20 minutes, and you'll be able to pick your time. So when you turn in your application to Kathy, she'll schedule your interview at that time. The video, again, needs to be 3 to 5 minutes, so we suggest that you make your video about 20 minutes and then cue it up to your best 3 to 5 minutes. That's what the panel is going to want to see. It does need to be in a formal classroom setting with students that are age appropriate for your whatever you're getting your degree in. So if it's elementary ed, that's kindergarten through 8th. If it's secondary ed, that's grades 6 through 12. If you're special ed, that would be grades K through 12. So you can do it with a group of students. If you do it with a smaller group, it should be at least 4 to 5 students, unless you're special ed. And for special ed, you can do it one-on-one, because we know that if you're doing working with special ed kids, then you're working more one-on-one. It does need to be age appropriate, a formal classroom setting. People have asked, well, what about, does it have to be in my major or minor? Not necessarily, but we think that if you're an English major, why would you want to do a math lesson? But that's up to you. Work with your classroom teacher. He or she may have a lesson already prepared that they'd like you to deliver, or they can help you come up with a lesson. Obviously, you want to coordinate it with them, because you don't want to come in totally out of left field and do something that doesn't pertain at all to what kids are studying in the classroom at that particular point in time. It's not a requirement of Education 2201, but you make contacts with a classroom teacher in that class. If you've got a friend or family member that's a teacher that fits the criteria, that's perfectly okay too. So if you have any questions, you can talk to Dr. Moulton. You can come down to the Advising Center and talk to one of us. A couple of things on the video: you want to make sure that the lighting, the sound, the focus are good quality. You want to make sure that you position the camera from the side, because what the panel is looking for is they want to see how you interact with students and how students respond to you. So they want to see both you and the students. And in your application packet, you have a release form for videotaping. And so that needs to go out to the parents. Check first of all with your classroom teacher and see if they have permission on file. Many times in an elementary ed classroom, they'll have permission on file. If not, make sure that the parents have signed that permission slip. And a question that we get a lot is, well, what if I just videotape from the back? First of all, you don't want to just videotape the back of students' heads. Again, you want to show both you and the students. And then second of all, you'd still need permission to videotape, even if you did that. Okay, so we've had a couple problems with the videotapes lately, and with new technology brings issues that we haven't had before. In the classroom, you'll be able to show VCR, DVD, or if you want to show your video on your laptop, you need to bring your own laptop, and there will be speakers in the room to amplify the sound. So a couple of things that we've had a problem with is If your DVD is not finalized, it won't play on another DVD player, so you need to check that. And if you burn a DVD from your computer, you need to make sure that it can be played on a DVD player. So you want to find out ahead of time, you want to try that, you want to get the bugs out, because that has been probably the biggest issue. If your video doesn't play, you don't pass the interview, okay? That's a requirement of the interview. We'll have Sheldon Harris, our technical person, available for any problems that arise during interviews. But again, remember that the interviews are 20 minutes. They're going every 20 minutes. So there's not a lot of time to fool around with people whose videos don't work. Okay? Any questions about the video?
Really just want to see the interaction, how we're interacting with each other.
Right, but you want to do some kind of a lesson or have a purpose to what you're doing. I mean, if you're elementary, you don't want to just read a book. You want to be, if you read a book, you want that to be interactive. You want to have something in mind, because the panel is going to ask you, what were you trying to accomplish with your lesson? Were the goals met? What would you do differently next time? Okay? So you want to have definitely something specific in mind. Okay? Okay, great. Thank you.